morning. And I got awake, head to the gym. Pretty busy week, honestly. And I don't say that a lot, but got a Sunny Morrow collection launching today. You gotta get ready for Moms on Maui. You gotta leave, so a lot going on. So excited to get my workout in so I can energize my body to get this stuff done. Getting ready to record Ghost Runners podcast. Just had the pleasure of recording a podcast with Brad from Ghost Runners, which was super fun. It's Monday, so Moms on Maui week, so gotta close out the collection for Walk in Love. Sunny Morrow collection launched today, so gotta support Brooke and sort of what she needs for that. And then it's like house prep time, like get the house ready for these moms that are coming to spend some nights on Maui. I think the focus right now for us is I think because people have spent so much time shopping online in the last decade, there seems to be and I think this is what Amazon is doing with the review videos. I think there seems to people just need a little bit more of an oomph, a little bit of a push to buy something. They need to know that it's good. I think people are doing a little bit more due diligence, reading reviews, all that kind of stuff. I think reading reviews obviously has been around for a long time. Which is hard for us because we don't have a product up long enough to have a ton of reviews. Our stuff is so transient. And so we have store reviews, but we don't have specific product reviews. And so I think right now, if you're in the e-commerce space or even just in the business space in general, having people literally talk about your products, whether they're a physical product or a service, having their voices and their video and their footage, however bad the footage is, I don't think that matters. I think it's doing something to people to give them confidence to buy. Obviously, your product is great. I know my product is great, but having that sort of other person that's oh, I'm consuming this content that's talking about this product that's really good, I think is super valuable. And so we're trying to figure out ways that we can kind of do that a little bit more. It's almost back in the day, 5-6 years ago, it was we would try to find influencers to wear stuff, tag us in stories, tag us in posts, just do stuff like that. And that was really good for a while. And then it kind of dropped off because I think what people are looking for now is just honesty, real honest reviews, which I think is why Amazon's going so heavy into the videos. But I think it would be beneficial for you if you're a business owner to do that kind of thing. And so I think I need to find people in our community who would be willing to record themselves for 30 seconds talking about why they love a shirt. So I don't think I'm going to work on that today, but it's something that's just been kind of percolating. Ordered the August collection today, finalized the July collection, recorded a podcast with Brad. I have to edit my weekly Week in the Life video. I have to have a couple of Amazon things I need to do. And then it's total shift, house cleaning, house prep, packing, all that kind of stuff for the trip. So okay, it is Tuesday. I went to the gym, I had a call, and was working on some accountant stuff, which is never very much fun. And then I am now finishing up my computer work for the day so I can get to packing and kind of organizing the house. We got boxes right here, suitcases full of Walk in Love stuff. I got to organize a few rooms, start wiping down walls and stuff for the moms. So pretty full day, but very excited. The girls are so excited for the trip, just absolutely thrilled. Sunny Morrow collection launched yesterday. It went pretty well. We're still kind of figuring out how to do this because it's pretty new to us. 2 collections ago was our best, and then last one was pretty good. This one's better than last. So it's I don't know if it's if it's anything we're doing or if it's just timing pieces, because there's so much variety with Sunny Morrow that it's kind of hard to test and measure a little bit, but pleased with how it turned out, and just want to keep that ball rolling. Looking into just other ways to kind of fill the gap for the Beautycounter stuff. And so just exploring lots of options right now to try to see if we can, maintain or at least, stop the bleeding as much. But pleased with how Sunny Morrow turned out. Super stoked for Moms on Maui. Just been listening to worship music, praying for the ladies that are going to be here. Really want God to move in their lives and hearts, and so stoked on that, and stoked to see my parents and head home and see my family and stuff. So pretty cool. It's Wednesday. We are headed back to Pennsylvania today. So just finished up packing up the suitcase. So much of our luggage is actually like product to sell at our pop-up shop we're having in a few days. Excited to travel, excited to see my family. My girls are so excited. We'd actually kind of be like, guys, we're not leaving yet. Just chill. It's gonna be okay. So. Traveled all day to get to Pennsylvania. Well, we traveled all day and overnight, which it's a hard trip, period. Like, even if you're by yourself, but with kids, there's like another element of just like, it's just hard, and kids are tired and they're crying at times because they're just so tired. But we're here. We got to go swim with my sister and her family, and it's kind of my rule is when we travel all the way, the day we land and then the next day are just like full recovery day. Like, we can do some stuff, but it's not like there's nothing planned, there's nothing big, there's no like big let's check something off our list. So just full recovery mode. Brooke's doing the Moms on Maui thing, so proud of her, and just like all the work it takes and just like what she does for those ladies. So it's just fun that like this is the part that we get to play as a family, is just like not being there, but that allows her to do her thing. Totally out of loop in terms of like this week feels like so like outside of the ordinary, because normally we don't travel home or to Pennsylvania. Normally we don't travel to Pennsylvania, and normally we don't have women coming to our house. So it's just like this week feels like the business side of things, like content, products, all that kind of stuff is like way in the back seat, because like, one, I'm watching all three kids, Brooke's doing her thing. So it's like this week and next week is like, it's something different, something set apart. But I just finally, girls have been down for about an hour. I've just been sitting here in the silence because I'm just like, no one's talking to me. No one needs me. No one needs a snack or headphones or an iPad or all that stuff. So it's just been so nice. Even though I'm so exhausted, I definitely need to go to bed. I just like soaked up the like alone time here in my... All right, I feel like this video, this vlog, is probably the least like probably the shortest, just because the traveling, like, it just threw me off. I don't feel like I've been recording as much. But this morning, it's Friday. Sunny slept for like 14 and a half hours last night because she was so tired from travel. June slept like 11. Me and Daisy slept 11. Traveling, so when you live in Maui, traveling to Maui from the mainland is actually pretty easy, I think. Like, you just go to bed early and get up early because of the time change. But then traveling this way, like coming from Maui to the mainland, especially coming to the East Coast, it just is rough. It's just gonna be a rough trip on your body, especially like when you have to do it with kids. So last night we went to bed at like 10 o'clock time, which is 4 p.m. for us. And so it's like, are you going to bed at 4 p.m.? No, you're like taking a nap. So your body ends up waking up. Like, me and Daisy woke up at 1:30 a.m. to have a nice long conversation together, which was fun. And then we fell back asleep, and then we slept until 10 a.m. So it's just weird. So I feel like I haven't been recording as much because I'm all out of whack. I headed to pick up the girls. They're at Brooke's parents' house right now. And then we're gonna do Shabbat dinner, which my mom loves doing when we're here, which is really sweet. And then the big girls are gonna go sleep over at some cousin's house, and I'm gonna get ready for the pop-up shop tomorrow. But yeah, I just feel a little bit out of whack in terms of like, what time is it? Where am I? What day is it? So that's that. And I don't have my normal workstation, so I'm like, I don't know how this week went, but it's been a good week of life, and that is what really matters. That it's just been a good full week of life with the travel, and Brooke doing Moms on Maui. I just love traveling with the kids. Like, there are absolutely times where it is horrible and people are crying and kids are uncomfortable and all this kind of stuff, but there is something magical that happens when you travel with your kids. I just can't recommend it enough. I feel like kids ask new questions, they see new scenarios, they get to experience new things, they get to see you in a new light. Just getting out of the ordinary rhythm does something to us, and so it's just like, we got to do both. We have to have the rhythms to stay grounded in the Word, grounded in what God has for us, but then we need the outside of the rhythms to just kind of come up for air, see something different, experience something new, and that's what traveling does, and especially with your kids, it's so good for them. So glad to be here, glad to be doing all this, but yeah, definitely just feel out of whack.
No.
All right, girls, what is this meal called?
Shabbat.
What does Shabbat mean?
Juicy.
What does Shabbat?
What does Shabbat start? Sabbath. What is Sabbath? The day of rest. Who gave us that day of rest? God did. Why did He give it to us? Because He loves us. I don't have anybody hold.
Get a pull.
Here, you hold here. I'll hold here.
Oh, there we go.
You're a family that loves
Loves
Jesus,
Jesus,
works
works
hard,
hard,
gives
gives
freely,
freely,
chooses
chooses
joy,
joy,
and walks in
love.
love. It's Wednesday. We're going to Hershey Park tomorrow, and then on Friday we leave to head back to Maui. The trip went by really quick. Normally Brooke does 2 moms to Maui. This time she just did 1, so we weren't gone as long. Now she's done, and so she gets the house a couple of days to herself, which I thought was really awesome. She said it went really well. We don't talk a lot while we travel. It's like one of our unspoken, actually now it's been spoken, but for a while it was just like kind of this rule that kind of like evolved, that we just don't chit chat a lot while we're on the road, especially with kids. Like, we're not a big FaceTime mom type of family, because I feel like it makes the kids super emotional, and so so we're just kind of catch up when we get back. But from what I heard, it went really well for her. For me, it's going great. It's obviously tiresome just being the dad that absorbs all the words, mostly from Daisy. Like, if I had the 2 bigger girls, I think I'd be like living the life right now, but Daisy's definitely just like a little bit more high maintenance, which is fine and expected. But I'm meeting some friends for pickleball this morning, which is nice that I get to do something with my buddies. But yeah, it's been a good trip so far. Definitely thinking a lot about what's next. I feel like that's the sort of like train of thought. Is just like, what's next? Not in terms of like, there's definitely part of it that's like, what's next for business, in terms of like Walk in Love, Sending Morrow, Tiny Rhythms. Like, what's next? What's the next evolution of running a business online? Because I feel like we're kind of at a point where that next thing is going to happen. I don't know if it's like TikTok shop or marketing or social media, or like, I don't know, but I just feel like we're in this like 3-year phase of like things shifting, but they haven't shifted. And so, yeah, like, what's next in terms of that, but also like, what's next for Brooke and I? What are we, are we going to be 60-year-olds selling t-shirts? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe we will. I don't know, but like, what does that look like in the future for us? Is it something different? Is it the same? I don't know. So been thinking a lot about that. And then just like, what's next in terms of like, where are we going to live long term? Because I don't totally think it's Maui. Actually, I'm pretty confident it's not Maui, but I don't know how long it is Maui. So just a lot of like, what's next questions. And I've been thinking about that a lot on this trip. You know, I think it's good. I think a lot of people avoid those conversations. I think a lot of people just wait for what's next until, like, I once heard this quote that was like, it was about tree trimming for whatever reason. It was like, if you don't trim your trees, nature will. Meaning that, like, eventually they'll get too big and a storm will come and trim them all. And, like, you know, and usually when you allow nature to trim your trees, they fall on roofs or smash fences, or, you know, they can damage things because they've gone unkempt for a long time. And I feel like a lot of people, when they ask the what's next question, are they're asking it when the storm has already come, and they allow nature to kind of force them into what's next, or the you know, just like the circumstances force them into what next. And I've done that before. We've been in that situation, both Brooke and I, but I'd rather not be. I'd rather kind of have like some thought and ideas. So that's kind of just what we've been focusing on right now. It's what I've been thinking about. It's what I've been percolating on. What's next? What's next? What's next? And I don't have answers, but I think asking the question is a good way to get there. And I hope that the Lord provides some answers for us, for sure.